Gemini, how you doing guys? So we are here with your reading from October the 31st till November 2nd for your Mercury retrograde reading. So I've got a new deck and I thought that I would get the cards out first in order to try and go over the energy for a start. So the first card out that you had was the Sun. Okay, so feeling illuminated, that something's being illuminated, the fact that someone, it's kind of like the feeling that you have crossed many hurdles with this person. That you are just about to break a deal also, like a seal of approval. It's like seeking for a seal of approval from someone, that someone's also just like opening up to the fact that someone is now moving out or moving on. But I'm picking up more of like moving on from the past, but moving out, because this could be a grandparent or a mother that's seeing someone of a child, okay, that is also growing up very quickly, and that what they are is in love, and they're actually got a seal of approval of where they are seeking a new soul group, where they are finding another family, because you've got a lot of kind of different energies floating around this kind of time of retrograde. Now the first card out obviously you had was the Sun, so I'm picking it up the Sun of Leo, but I'm picking it up more of like the son, like someone's son or someone's daughter. Okay, now what you do have is, I love this card, is the Eight of Blades. So this is someone that needs to get out. It's kind of like a child that needs to get away from the mother, and the mother needs to break away from the child. It's like breakaway. Someone's trying to break away, and someone's trying to witness the fact that they might be becoming independent and learning to walk again and stand on their own 2 feet. It's like someone sees someone as very loyal, which could be Leo, very much of a Leo card strength, but having strength to find loyalty of where there might be some kind of breakaway, a breakaway. You might be trying to, they might be asking you to go on a breakaway with them, but I'm also picking up where there's a breakaway, where someone's like the appearance is like, where it's just, the time is fading, it's like distance is fading and there's no time left. So someone feels like they might be running out of time, that they have to now start to open up a little bit in order to face facts and see things the way they are. But I don't think that this is a manipulative kind of part of a relationship. I feel this is more to do with where this could have happened time after time, where there's a contract that is now like beginning and ending. You've got phones for you here, so someone's for you. It's like for you and against you in a way. It's a bit like a for and against, but I pick it up more of a contract is now being carried, like a carryover. Someone's like asking you to come over to stay, but I feel like you're ending and beginning a contract and also starting again, and looking at bills and bills more closely, where you are now trying to realise that the bills might be the bills might have been building up, but now things start to have been illuminated, where you seem to be, because you've gone across, you've accomplished hurdles, you've accomplished hurdles, and you've completed loads of milestones in life of the person that you've been with or that you're headed towards, where there might be a seal of approval of a deal to do with a relationship, but also a move, because the final card that you also had was also sold, and sold as seen, but also like old. It's like feeling like things are getting old and it needs renovating or actually moving, where the house is getting old and there's a contract that might now be where the bills are kind of like, the contracts are ending, also souls and stuff, that they're ending and beginning. There's a big shift that's happening, I feel, around retrograde, because I really do feel it's kind of like becoming more independent, to stand on one's own 2 feet, away from family members, but still building up a relationship with them. But I feel like there's an external influence that I've got through these cards, that there's someone that wants the mother to come out, that wants to date the mother, but there's also a child that is also wanting to find strength in order to support themselves more. Doesn't mean like a young child, it can be, but it wouldn't be. But I'm picking up something to do with also an illness maybe for someone, but there is a lot to do with like being financially stable to be able to stand on one's own feet, that where they have, the child might have found someone very loyal. It could be a Virgo energy or Leo, but I'm picking up where there's a lot of guidance around, where the streets are calling the streets are calling the streets. But what I feel is that there's a lot to do with milestones in life that have been crossed with the person that you have both, because this is new to me. this is always new and fresh. If it's not and it's the old person, it is, okay? But I feel that's more to do with the new person, but also family, where external influences, is what I'm picking up through these cards now, are also mirrored for a reflection of soul group lessons of when you meet new people, you enter a dimension of new family, new friends, new places, new jobs. The situations of life change, and what you learn to do is walk again on your own 2 feet and find a new soul group and a new family, where this happens within them when Doreen Virtue enters again and starts to heal family issues, because you have a lot of healing. Okay, there's a lot of healing, but there's a lot of peeling also, is what I'm hearing, like peering, where like the appearance of pride and the is fading. It's like something's fading, and you're realizing that time seems to be running out, and that you might be seeing that children might be escaping or needing to escape or something, but they might be just moving on. That's what I'm saying, that someone is moving on. But what I'm thinking is that this is time where you're either one trying to face facts, or they're trying to face facts that someone could be moving on, and that you kind of understand it, and that you realise that you can sort of see, but you're trying not to witness it, okay? Because this can also relate a lot to what the time is. You see, the time is running out, and the fact that a working relationship, a lot of what this is something where you're trying to build time, to work time together around a relationship where you can then like move, because I'm picking up moving. It might be like moving in, because I feel like this is where there's a seal of approval here that's waiting to be crossed and broken. A seal of approval where someone's seeing you as like very loyal and very independent person, but some of you could like learning to walk again. So I'm learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Okay, but I do feel like a contract is just about to end, where you're going to feel very positive about it, but you have the sun and the moon here as a counterpart. So there's like a shift in energy dynamically around astrology as well, where I did say this in different readings, where the new people that you've met, I think that a lot of them that have the same kind of placements as a lot of other people. And if you look into your astrology of new people that you meet, you might realize that a lot of you have the same kind of family placements, okay? Because this placements is like location, placement, location, and then vocation and vacation also, okay? Now, I think that a lot of you, because it's going to be charging forward, it is going to be charging forward. Whatever it is, I think that a mother or you or someone feels like someone's breaking away and learning to walk again and stand on their own 2 feet, and they're kind of facing the fact that they or you have actually met someone new or something like that. Because this is new. You've got the Ace of Cups here, which is where a child seems to have something made for them. It's kind of like being made. It's like being discovered and found that they've got newfound freedom and love, okay? Love for what they do, passion for what you do. But I think that it's a lot to do with where it can lead to a lot of like moving from one to another, being accepted a gift of like sold as seen. I think a lot of it is to do with being sold, and also something to do with being old too, I think, because it's kind of like within the moon, it's like where contracts end and then things begin. But I keep picking up this dog is napping at someone's heels, as if to say, come on, you've got to get out, and trying to pull someone out. Trying to pull someone out, as if to say, it's kind of like someone's got someone on a leash a little bit as well. But I'm also picking up a lease to like lease something out. So the Knight of Blades, the Knight of Swords, is where someone is kind of like rolling their eyes to say, can you give me some attention? And it's kind of like, I'm working. And it's like, oh, really? So I feel like it's a bit like trying to divide your time between things that are going on dynamically, where someone could be feeling like left out, but that could be like a family dynamic or something, or children that are feeling you're left out or they're left out, because what you're doing is trying to perfect your art and perform what you is that you do best at work, where you're shaping things more to do with how you like. But there's this dog in the background, like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like, what's going on out there? And you're like, oh, really? Can you give me some time? It's kind of like trying to make time for the person. But I'm also picking up where a house could be sold or go under market value, where there's someone that sees your value as a very loyal person, okay? The Knight of Blades is really talking about trying to understand and witness that someone is moving on also. So that can be overtired and overzealous. I heard not jealous, but I don't know. There might be some kind of jealousy. I don't know. But I think that's more to do with around family structure, to be honest. Because what you've done is you're looking for a seal of approval, or they're looking for a seal of approval, where you're trying to maybe land a deal or land, like, because if this is to do with a home, this would be to do with celebrating the fact that you're actually just about to move, or that you have moved and that your whole house is sold, or that you've just sold out a load of things, like something selling out, where there's a lot of now things are coming really into fruition and starting to move forward, because what you're doing is getting out, coming out, and actually being asked to maybe move into a relationship or move in with the person, or that you're selling out a product of things that it is that you buy and sell that might be old and new. Because I'm picking up a lot of old and new kind of feelings around energy. But I'm I'm feeling that there's a lot to do with streets, like streets have no names anymore, or someone's name is changing, or someone's changing their name. That might be to do with a marriage documentation, or something's changing their name. But what else am I seeing at the moment? I think that you're definitely heading, I think that you've accomplished loads of milestones in your life, and you're being seen as the fact that you have. I think the other person notices that you have, and that they want you to move in, or like there's a moving in and a moving out and a moving on kind of feeling. That's why I'm getting cross-watched with Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus people. I feel like the person that you're with, you've accomplished a lot of things with them, milestones in life. But I also feel that this is also children that are also meeting people as well. Now, I think that there's a mother that's trying to see the fact that they might want attention, but because this dog here wants attention from someone that's trying not to see it. It's kind of like, I just don't want to see it. And it's like, give me some attention. Will you wake up? There's a clock there. It's like, you need to wake up. Okay. And then it's kind of also here through the Knight of Blades, which is like someone that's just like, oh, haven't you not got time for me when you're working? You're like, no, I've got to perform something. I've got to chisel out and work on this relationship. It's like a crosshair. A crosshair. Someone might be trying to cut someone out, or cut something out, or that it does need cutting out. But that might be to do with where you're telling a mother or a child or something to cut it out. It's just like, will you cut it out? Will you cut it out? I'm okay. I'm going to be all right, you know, because I'm moving on and I'm moving away and I'm moving into a new relationship also. And this is a fire sign. So you've got someone that sees you as very strong and independent, and someone that wants to come and see you, and also like come, but like, because this is coming and moving in, you know, this is moving in, moving out, moving away, but moving in with a relationship and moving into a new house, and like moving stuff over, you know, taking everything that you own and everything that you have with you and all the memories, and taking them with you to the new destination of where it is that it could be leading to, where you might be moving stuff in from your place to their place, because there's place by place location of sun and moon. So that would mean that some of you live like, you know, a complete distance, and you want to move from where it's hot to cold, or hot to cold. It's a bit like warmer, colder, warmer. So it feels to me like the energy is more around like, I feel more warm and at home here with the person that's here, which could be Leo, okay? And I feel more warm and relaxed and at home with those than what I do with my grandmother or grandfather or grandparents or parents, right? Because there's a lot to do with that, where a contract is now ended. But I'm picking this up a lot to do with electricity as well, where there might be electricity bill or bills where there are now contracts that are either just starting or just ending or just finishing. At the bottom of the deck, you did also have the Death card, where things are also transforming within family dynamics and people are moving on, okay? Because I do find that where ending, meaning like there's an ending of a shift, but there are shift work. I think someone works a lot on family, but someone also works a lot, you know, because this person here works a lot, okay? It's a bit like Lancelot. But I think there's a lot to do with electricity bill, because that would be heat and electricity and warmth, and that would also be yin and yang, okay? And that what you've got is contracts that are also being paid, like bills and debts to society, and paying off a karmic debt, paying off karmic debt. So I feel that is a lot to do with the energy that I'm feeling around family, where there's an energy of where people are now coming together, and the energy is now shifting as astrology, as it plays a part in where when family members, members, madam, or something, pick up contracts along the way. Sorry, but I was getting messages. When the energy shifts and you meet warmth and new, this would be more inviting, you see, more inviting, the inviting. And then so you could be invited out, but also where you could be going for location. And it might be a family dynamic where someone else is involved as an energy also, that they might not want to face facts that someone is also moving on, and they don't want to see that because they've found someone loyal, and it's taken someone to face facts that they need to let go and realize that they're moving on, because it's kind of like they don't want to see it, but they can hear it when the alarm wakes them up. It's kind of like someone's opening up, they are, because they're realizing that someone's in love with the Ace of Cups, and that they have an element of where they're moving on. Because what they're moving towards is the moon of a contract, where that could be to do with bills and things like that, paying their own bills, paying their own way. And like I said, here where you have learning to stand and walk on your own 2 feet again, and all that kind of thing, and become more independent. And if that is away from a family dynamic or a dynamic in general, I think the energy's just shifting where you're finding your feet again. You're finally finding your feet again. Now, if there was transformation or some kind of loss of family members through this card being at the bottom of the deck, then I think that there's going to be a lot of reflection of transformation, because you've got the sun, the moon, and the death card. So there's a lot of energy transference where it's transmuting, where there are common interests at heart, and there are common interests to do with people actually moving on and moving out and moving away. But I think that's a lot to do with family, where it might be a child that's leaving, and then there's an older couple here that are having a chance now to form a relationship with one another, where there's like a delivery of messages, or there's a delivery of service. Now a child is actually leaving, you know, because it's been sold. So it might be a house where there might be a reflection of a house that a child here is being lost physically, mentally, or that they're just leaving. Or it might be a reflection where the house has actually been sold or wanting to be sold, and someone's going to be going over it with a fine-tooth comb to realise that their children have now grown up, and that they're kind of like flying the nest and flying the coop, and that what they want to do is go free on a destinational path that they want to go, because they've found loyalty of someone that will stand by them, okay? Because there's a lot of stand by me kind of energy here. But you do have, like I said, the Knight of Wands, where someone's going to chart it, because it's kind of like charting your own destiny, and that you're moving out, moving away, and moving in to something new and prosperous. And that's going to, because that could be the relationship, but that could also just be the fact that you might be moving your stuff into a relationship that you're in with this person, where someone could have moved out and now you can move in on, well, I'm kind of now hearing so like someone's trying to now have the chance where they can move in onto a relationship because now someone's single. Because this would be, the sun would be new and fresh, okay, a lot of the time. So, what else am I picking up? Like, a lot to do with that, really, that someone's moving out and someone's moving in. Now, that if that is where someone is now free and single, the fact that you've moved in with them, but there might be someone else on the external side that's now moving in, and it might be to do with a grandparent or parent or someone. I keep picking up this card Well, there's 3 people in this card, okay? This is the 8 of Wands, so this is like pregnancy, communication, things travelling, things going forward. Some of you, it could be pregnancy, but I'm not picking that up a lot at the moment. But there is location where some of you might be seeking or want to go on holiday, or now you are free and single. The person that's interested in you might now say to you, do you want to go on a vacation? Because what you do need to do is take a break and get away from your family member. Not get away from them, not get away, but like take you away and take you for a break, because you're kind of like climbing the walls. It's kind of like, I know, I see that you look after your children, I see the care and affection that you have with them, but you really need to get out, and I really need to take you out. So someone really wants to take you out and support you and be loyal with you, to give you that kind of information through the Knight of Blades, to find out what that information is, because they want you to break away from something. They want you to cut something out in your life. They want you to cut that out. So it's kind of like, cut that out with you. Listen, you really need to go. We need to go out, or you need to get out, you know. But there is also childlike energy here for some of you as well, where they are moving on. Like I said, the feeling is like someone's moving out, but then also there might be grandparents or parents that are actually moving in on your mother or father or something as well. For some of you, not everybody. Because someone's trying not to see the fact that it's kind of like, what they do is they work day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night, like clock is ticking on. Am I ever going to be able to have children again, for some of you? Or like, some of it could be fear around actually wanting children, because you feel like you might be getting too old for this now. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm getting too old for it now. Yeah, but I'm picking that more up to do with contracts of communication, of contracting, new contracts now. Because definitely through the Death card, of where things are transmuting and changing. I'm definitely picking up standing on your own 2 feet. Being like where someone's moved out and you realise now that you have to stand on your own 2 feet, but also the person that you was living with, they also have to learn also that they have to stand on their own 2 feet. You know, there's that kind of energy too, where someone might roll their eyes as if to say, well, can't you just give me just some information? Where is it that you're going out on a date? Or what is it that, you know, I just want that when you come home, when you come back home, I just kind of need to know, if these are children and people, where there's a person that's kind of like wanting to know, like, oh God, really, can't you just give me 1 minute? And you're like, no, I've got loads of work to do. There's stuff that I need to do. But, well, and this person's kind of like saying, well, oh, and they roll their eyes and say, can't you just give me a minute of your time? I just need to, and you're like, no, I've got to work on this. I'm just perfecting something. I'm just perfecting my crafting. You might see sort of, I heard crafty, but no, not crafty. Maybe if you're relating to those messages of crafty, but I keep picking up this dog, because there's a dog here, a dog here. There's a dog there and a dog there. But someone's definitely a fox for sure. Someone is definitely a fox. You know, it's like foxy lady, and they're like, oh my God, there's Michael. It's come from Greece too. You know, Greece too. It's like someone is like really trying to stand out from the crowd and trying to put work and effort into where they want to be seen in and what they want to be seen in, like the actual scene that they want to be, which is what I'm picking up as this being a new avenue and a new person where people are looking at you like they're kind of like, oh my God, you're getting on real well with this person. I'm also picking up contracts of work ending and then new ones being taken on as well, because that's definitely to do with contracts. Excuse me. But this is definitely someone's needing this escape. It's kind of like, you know, I can't keep climbing the walls doing this. I need to get someone. I think someone's going to tell you, it's like, I need a break. And they're like, well, I need a break as well. For goodness sake, I just need a break. We need to get out and we need to go away. As I'm saying, someone might be asking you to go away with them, or you might be going away from people with the partner. So if you live with someone, your partner might be asking you to go and visit them because they need a break away from their family. Do you know what I mean? So if you are in a dynamic with someone that has a family already, they might be asking you to go away with them in order to get away from your family, you know? There's that kind of feeling as well that I'm getting for a message for some people. But we're going to explore this more in depth, Gemini. But I feel like someone sees you as like a gift, like they want to give you a gift as well. A gift. And I'm picking it up like a ribbon, like where they see that you've done so much in life and that you've accomplished a lot. But there is a little bit of fear of letting go of someone also here. So I'm picking that more up to do with like families, where families are now moving on and moving away, and families might be having periods of separation that someone just wants a little bit of attention and loving and care, because one is concentrated more on their craft, where someone just wants a little bit of love and affection. Because someone like, it's like someone is inside, and then they go out, and then they come home, and then they go out again. It's kind of like I'm in, and then I'm out, and then I come home, and then as soon as I'm home, I've got like 5 minutes, and then I'm out. And this person's like, oh really, can't you just give me like 5 minutes? Like, no, I can't stay, I've got to go. Right, no, I can't go, I've got to go. It's like, toodle pip. I've got to go because I've got things to do, I'm moving. Some of you might be saying, I'm moving, like, oh, I'm going to see my partner, or I'm going to visit them, or I'm going to see them, or I've actually sold out. You know, some of you could be sold out, or you've actually moved. Or someone wants you to move in, and someone wants you to move out. Do you know what I mean? It's a strange feeling, vibe. There's vibes around it. But I really want to know what these are about, because you've got the sun and the moon here, which are very intriguing, because I feel that's a lot to do with contracts. And this Eight of Wands here would obviously be to do with the phallic card, because you've got the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands, which is semen and growth and family. So someone could end up pregnant, where they want to build a family with you, and they want to actually have children and kids with you. Or that could be a factor that's happening, and this person might find out that they're trying to tell you, maybe, listen, have you covered it up? So that might be where there's a cover up. Yeah. Someone's like covered up. They're trying to make a cover up, as if to say, listen, you better cover it up, because you could end up pregnant. Or they're trying not to tell someone, or they're trying not to witness it, the fact that someone could be like try not to tell someone because they think that they're going to look down on them. Or look up on them or something. It's like, look up. It's kind of like, you know, I'm right here. Look up. Someone's going to look you up is also what I'm hearing. Look you up in order to take on a contract, or a work contract as well, where you might be looking through pages of information to do with jobs or a new career that would support you and the person, or support you independently on your own, and you're looking things up of what you could do for a new craft. Some of you could actually be interested in hairdressing, you know, or dressing up. What? Take them off. Dressing up. Dressing. Someone's going to be undressed is what I'm feeling. Undressed. Someone's definitely, probably more than likely going to be undressed, or undressing something, or you are under a vest. Something. We're going on to stories, Gemini. Okay guys, so this is for October 31st till November 20th, and it's part of your November readings. Alright guys, so what we are going to do, go over to Patreon, and I'm going to then go even deeper with these cards, and you know what it's like when these ones come out as well. So we're going to try and look really deeper into if some of these are external influences, and what that means to me, of whether that's your work, your love, or whether that's other family members that might be intervening, and where that could be changing the dynamic that might be happening around retrograde, because you have got reflection that's going to be going on with the sun and the moon. there's a lot of reflection of family that seems to be of an importance, you know, of moving on and moving away and breaking free to be more independent now, of learning about bills and all that kind of thing, and how important that is to oneself, or teaching that or learning that, you know. But we're going to do this over on Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. And please make sure that you check out the discussion page for the recommended readers, Organic Gem Tarot and Nadia Shah. Nadia is an astrologer, but they are on the discussion page. If you want a personal reading also, please make sure that you check out the link below in order to reach out and ask for a personal reading. But these will be over on Patreon. If you haven't met me before, you can join Patreon. You have access to all of my readings, but we dig completely deeper now and have a complete look into the whole dynamic of what this is really about with the After Tarot as well, because that gives me a lot more channeling advice. Someone's trying to seek advice. Okay, I hope you're all well, Gemini. Sorry, I'm kind of like, yeah, thank you so much, Gemini, and I'll hopefully catch you over on Patreon. All right, guys, peace.